Hi, I'm Lisa Patton.
And I'm Scott Chastain.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And it's our honor to welcome you to the 7th annual Rockin' on the Avenue, and for the very first time, virtually. This event is so special to us, and we appreciate each of you watching tonight because you understand the important mission that happens here at the Evelyn D. Reinhardt Guest House, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As we celebrate the 7th anniversary of opening our doors, we want to recognize the Reinhardt family who has provided the utmost enthusiasm and support for this project. Evelyn D. Reinhardt was a loving mother and wife who served Bon Secours St. Mary's Hospital as a volunteer and later as a private duty nurse. We are honored to carry on her legacy of supporting those in need here at the Reinhardt Guest House.
To us, it seems like the past 7 years have flown by. But to more than 9,000 families who have stayed here, time has stood still. Their world became confusing, scary, and uncertain. But thanks to all those who made this house a reality, these individuals were offered warmth, compassion, and comfort, a healing sanctuary that was deeply needed.
Like many resources offered to vulnerable populations, the guest house was closed for 4 months during the pandemic. This chasm in service was not only felt by our families, but by our staff. We knew that even though our rooms were empty, the need for a home away from home was stronger than ever. When our doors finally reopened on July 6th, our house quickly filled with families and our hearts with gratitude because we were able to help so many in need.
Anyone who has attended Rockin' on the Avenue know it's a mission of Bon Secours combined with fun, fellowship that brings our community together for a rockin'-filled night of support. Our attendees have been picking up their virtual ticket packages all afternoon, enjoying food from Gelati Celesti and La Petite food trucks, and rockin' to the beats of DJ Rudy. Before heading home to watch this broadcast, though looking a little different this year, we promise to bring you the same level of entertainment you're used to, if not more.
You've got that right, Scott. We've finally got our chance to be movie stars. You've seen Scott and I over the years in various video clips on social media, but now it's time for the real curtain call.
In addition to Lisa and myself guiding you through this evening's program, you can enjoy our amazing mobile auction from home, which highlights one-of-a-kind trips and experiences, local restaurants, shops, many who have supported us since day one, and 3 incredible raffles from Carreras Jeweler, the Container Store, and First Bank.
Yep.
Before we really dive into the evening, make sure that you are registered. Simply go to reinhardthouse.org or scan the QR code on the screen. By registering, you can access the silent auction, purchase raffle tickets, and donate at any time.
Our amazing silent auction will close at 9 p.m. tonight, and the raffle will close tomorrow at noon. So get those bids up and purchase those tickets now. Here is a preview of what exciting raffle items we have. The Yeti Raffle, right next to us, generously donated by our neighbors at First Bank, a value of over $500, featuring a bright turquoise Yeti stuffed with the best of West Hampton, filled with gift cards and other fantastic picnic items that will make you want to head outdoors as much as possible this summer. Raffle tickets are only $25 each. We encourage you to buy many more.
The Container Store raffle, win a $1,000 gift card to the Container Store, Richmond's newest organizational hotspot. Make sure everything in your home has its own place, or redesign your closet with the purchase of a $50 raffle ticket.
I'm going after that one.
Nice.
Carreras Jewelers Bracelet Raffle, our top raffle of the night, has been generously donated by Carreras Jewelers in honor of Bud Reinhardt. At just $50 a ticket, you could win this Gabrielle and Cuff diamond bracelet valued at $1,885. It's beautiful.
I bought my ticket.
Remember, you can make donations to support the Reinhardt Guest House at any time during the event. Simply click Donate Now on your mobile device or visit reinhardthouse.org. Thank you for letting us kick off tonight's program. I'd like to now introduce you to Carmella Bladergrohan, a friend, donor, and one of our dedicated leaders of the fundraising committee that built this vital mission of hospitality. In tradition of Bon Secours, Carmella will begin tonight's event with a reflection. She can truly speak from experience on the importance of this ministry.
Loving God, may your spirit of joy and mercy continue to fill the Reinhardt Guest House. From the generous and patient staff and leadership to the kind donors who share their time and resources to make this a special place for all who walk through the doors. Your presence is felt in many, many loving ways inside these walls. We call upon you to bless this evening and bless the work of this ministry. May it always be a place of hope and healing. May this evening's activities be successful so that we can continue to keep families close and comforted during difficult times. Lord, thank you for bringing us together this evening. We gather for one purpose, to bring your healing presence to this guest house. Bless our efforts and show us the path forward. May the goodness, friendship, and community of caring that is the Reinhardt Guest House continue for many, many years. And may tonight's success show the world that we are your hands, we are your feet, we are your eyes, to serve, to heal, and to be present to all those in need. Amen.
We became engaged with St. Mary's because my mom worked here first as a volunteer for a number of years and then as a nurse, as a private duty nurse. She taught us the importance of helping people when they were in need.
I think that one thing that has really impressed me more than anything here is the number of volunteers that come in to help. The ladies and men that come in to cook occasionally, just the whole community coalescing around this to make it a good experience. It becomes the family to help support the family.
I would say that the house is special to this family because of the people that we help.
Hello, I'm Frank Bell, Richmond Regional Exec for Chesapeake Bank. We are so excited this year again to be a part of Rockin' on the Avenues, supporting the Reinhardt Guest House. For years, Chesapeake employees have really enjoyed, going to local restaurants, delivering meals to the guests, or sometimes even testing their culinary skills by cooking meals on site.
Hi, I'm Craig Kelly, and I have the privilege of serving dual roles on the board of the Bon Secours Richmond Foundation and the board of Chesapeake Financial Shares. This gives me a unique opportunity to watch both organizations and to be part of them. Over the last 8 years, I have seen the value of the Reinhardt Guest House. In fact, I myself experienced it when my wife was having surgery at St. Mary's, and I understand what a great service it is to the community and to the families that are going through tough times. As a resident of the Northern Neck, it's my privilege to be part of the fundraising efforts for the Reinhardt Guest House and all the people from our community that come here. And so now we just say, let's have a good Rockin' on the Avenues.
Chesapeake Bank is known for a culture that has commitment to impactful community involvement from all of its employees. We take a lot of pride in the time and the effort that we're able to put in. We thank you for your support.
Now it's time to move on and have a great day and enjoy supporting the Reinhardt Guest House.
Wow. Thank you to our sponsors who, without question, have stuck with us through a very challenging year. Our presenting sponsor, Chesapeake Bank, not only supports Rockin' on the Avenue, but actively volunteers in many ways, such as preparing meals, helping us clean the house, and replenishing our pantry by hosting community supply drives.
I'd especially like to thank the Reinhardt family in virtual attendance this evening for their commitment to this event and this ministry. Not only did their family's generosity help us establish this guest house, but they have been our presenting sponsor since the inception of Rockin' on the Avenue in 2015. This year's program is in honor of Bud Reinhardt, who passed away on September 3rd, 2020. Bud's legacy of philanthropy will live on in this home. His generosity will ensure the guest house remains a vital resource for caregivers and patients at St. Mary's Hospital for many years to come. He and Evelyn hold a very special place in our hearts. Also, special recognition to Scott Chasteen, Elizabeth Brigsby, and the rest of my guest house team, and the volunteers who persevered in a very challenging year.
I am certain that you will agree that this year has been nothing short of remarkable. Remarkably painful at times, the sudden onset of the new virus dramatically altered our daily lives. I felt like 2020 was the year of endless pivots.
Pivot?
Pivot.
No, you pivot.
Pivot.
I am.
Pivot.
I am.
Pivot.
I am.
Pivot.
Oh my God. Stop saying pivot. I would also like to recognize Rockin' committee partners. Your talents are many, your friendship is inspiring, and your passion for being good help to those in need is why this home is making such a profound difference to more than 9,000 guests. This evening is perfect because of you. There are many hours of creative energy and heart committed to this celebration, and they're on display throughout the virtual program. And I am so grateful for each of you.
Anyone involved at any capacity has always understood the importance of the Reinhardt Guest House and what it could do for families facing a loved one's injury or illness. To commemorate the 7 years of the Guest House mission, we will now hear from 3 of our past guest speakers who will share how their journey continued after leaving the Reinhardt Guest House.
Hi, we're the Cockrells, and we stayed at the Reinhardt House from September to December every weekend because this little guy decided to come 3 months early. And because of the Reinhardt House, we were able to be right next door to him and just walk over and go see him anytime we wanted to. And if we didn't have that, it would definitely been very difficult and very complicated. You know, you can't say that it was a pleasurable experience, but the Reinhardt House made it a pleasurable experience as much as it could possibly be. And this guy now is 6, so it's been 6 years, and obviously is doing very well. We try to visit often, but I can't. Let's show a picture of how Sully came into this world. There he is, and here he is now. But you know, we don't have enough great things to say about the house and everything that they did for us, and you know, they will always be a part of our lives. Everyone there just made our experience with him just so much better. And we'll never forget that. Thank you.
Thank you.
5 years ago, I lost my brother to cancer. And for 9 weeks before that, the Reinhardt House literally was my home away from home. I was there more days of every week than I was in my own home. It was wonderful to have the opportunity to stay there. It gave me the opportunity to spend as much time as I possibly could during those weeks with both my brother and my sister-in-law, whom we lost shortly after that. I love the staff, the volunteers, the paid staff, all of them, from the housekeeper to the executive director, always made themselves available for whatever needs that any of us had. It was also special those times in the evenings when volunteer groups came and prepared and served our meals. And not only did they do that, they visited with us, which gave us a wonderful opportunity to share time with someone that was living a much more normal life than any of us were during that period, those periods of time. With my husband and I have been so grateful for that opportunity and for that time that we've continued to support the Reinhardt House, and I cannot encourage you enough to do it. To also be one of their supporters. It is a need that every facility like St. Mary's should have available, and so few places do have them. And be so grateful that your town is one of the places where people can feel like they can be at home, even when they're not at home, and be taken care of.
Hi, I'm Ashley Hines. I'm Lynn's daughter, and I'd like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my perspective as a patient who had a family member stay at the Reinhardt House. It's hard for me to put into words the impact that the Reinhardt House had, not only during my time at St. Mary's, but also for my recovery moving on. But I will do my best. So I'm really, really lucky to have a very supportive mom who was there when I needed her the most. When it comes to seeking treatment for mental health, it can be kind of a tricky decision. So having her support meant everything. But regardless of the reason why you're in the hospital, I'm sure every patient can relate to the concerns you have about your family members on the outside that are there supporting you. I hated the idea of my mom being alone in the hotel room. I had the support of the staff and other patients at St. Mary's, and I really wanted her to have that as well. When she found the Reinhardt House, all of those concerns were lifted, and it made a profound impact in my ability to focus on my own recovery while I was there. I knew that at the Reinhardt House, she was in a place that felt like home, that was full of empathy and compassion for what she was going through as a mother. And true to her nature, it also gave her the chance to be an open ear and a kind heart for others staying there as well. It made my time at the hospital a lot easier on both of us. But the impact of the Reinhardt House did not stop when I got out. If anything, it increased tenfold. It gave both me and my mom a chance to become advocates for others that were going through similar situations, something that we both found very healing, if not at times very scary. But I was beyond proud of her when she spoke a few years ago at Rockin the Avenue. The Reinhardt House also gave me a chance as an artist to express my gratitude through painting, and I can't be more honored to have a painting hanging in such a fantastic place. I'm really honored to be contributing a painting to this year's Rockin the Avenue. If you look really closely, you might be able to see a fish jumping out of water, capturing the joy of healing, a path that for me started at the Reinhardt House. Now, if y'all would like a sneak peek, I do have a very special visitor all the way from Virginia who is here to make sure that the painting gets there safe and sound to y'all in Richmond. Let me go see if I can find her.
So here I am. So excited to be here with Ashley and excited to bring this painting back for the auction for Rockin on the Avenue. A sneak peek.
We'll never forget the impact that the Reinhardt House had in our lives, and we know it will continue to make a huge impact in others for many years to come.
Yes, thank you.
We know that Bon Secours provides good help to those in our community, but there are those visiting our community who need our help. Those who come specifically to see Bon Secours physicians because they know they'll get top care. They need their loved ones nearby. Therefore, we've moved to the second floor of our guest house into one of our bedrooms named by Dr. and Mrs. Mark Bladergrohan. We're so proud of these accommodations, not only because they're comfortable, but they do help our families remain close. This guest house is not a clinical setting, healing injuries and illness, but it's a place where hearts and minds find peace and strength, a place to rest when rest can be so hard to come by, a place where meals are provided when dinner is the last thing on a person's mind. The stories we hear are unique and touching every time, and each one confirms that the guest house is a need we must sustain. You are doing that by watching and supporting this evening. I could go on about why we need to support, but someone else is here who can paint a beautiful picture as to why this home is important.
I am honored to introduce Veronica Jordan from Portsmouth, Virginia, who has been and continues to be a guest with her mother, Nanny. Veronica is Nanny's caregiver and has been traveling to Bon Secours St. Mary's Hospital from Portsmouth, Virginia since December 2020 and has stayed with us a total of 35 nights. We are honored to be their home away from home. Please help me give Veronica a warm welcome.
My name is Veronica Jordan, and I'm from the Norfolk Tidewater area. My mom is so spunky. She means the world to me. On June of 17th, 2020, my life just went upside down. Unfortunately, I had to be the person to tell her that she was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. How am I going to get you to treatment? Where am I going to stay when we go have these treatments? All these things was running through my mind because I knew I was 2.5 hours away from her. I first learned about the Reinhardt guest house actually through one of the nurses at St. Mary's.
The Reinhardt guest house provides an opportunity for our families who are really going through different stages of grief. And by having the opportunity to come to the Reinhardt guest house, it gives these families an opportunity to really start the healing process, to be able to have some self-care. It's very special to be able to offer this to our families. It's something that I think is very unique to Bon Secours, that we care about the whole person. We care about a family's journey, their need for healing and emotional support.
The Reinhardt Guest House supports the mission of St. Mary's Hospital, which is extending the compassionate healing of Jesus Christ and by providing good care and good help to those in need. The guest house is a perfect way to connect our patients and their families by providing what we consider a holistic approach to medicine, not only providing the great clinical care that our clinicians provide to our patients, but also making sure that we provide an environment for their families and for visitors so that our patients get that level of support 24/7. And the proximity of the guest house and the hospital really helps connect that holistic approach of medicine.
Once she explained everything to me, I said, wow, that would take so much of a weight off my shoulder, knowing that I can cut down driving time and be able to take that time to be able to assist my mom here and also work as well. The things that I look forward to is the staff, because I know that they're going to have everything that my mother needs set up for me. When I was staying in the hospital for those time in December with my mom for those 14, 15 days or whatever, Miss Elizabeth, Miss Mary called me every day if they did not see my face. Things like that meant so much to me because they took the time out to make sure that I was eating. Just to make sure that I was eating and also that I had some rest and to check to see how I was doing. Even though my mother's the patient, they take care of me as well. Anyone who volunteers or donate is very, very, very much appreciated. don't get the opportunity to see you face to face, but from our heart, we appreciate it. They don't realize how much stress that are taken off those families when they do donate and come to volunteer. It's just so much of a relief.
So our association, the Central Virginia Association of Health Underwriters, first heard about the Reinhardt House when we were looking to get involved in the community. When we started looking out at places where we could put a direct touch onto people, this was the place that came to the top of that list.
Our volunteer activity is preparing meals for the guests here at the Reinhardt House. Each month we prepare a home-cooked meal to give the guests a little taste of home and to ease their lives and hopefully bring a little bit of joy to what they've got going on day in and day out.
For me, it's giving back to the community now that I'm in a place to do so. I think a lot of us have time that we don't think we have, and we have abilities we don't know that we have, that the communities out there need. And when you do find a place that you can put those to work, you should. So that's what I found here. It's led me to do some other things with Bon Secours in other areas, which again is just helping fulfill an overall, I think, requirement of my life to give back a little bit, since I've been given a whole lot. And it's only fair that, I share that with some other folks.
I just wish more people would donate and help out. They don't know what it is to have this house here unless they have to go through it. I'm just sorry, but y'all do. You just don't understand the stress that I'm under. And just to come here and to see y'all smiling faces when I come, I just can't repay you in words. But it means so much to me. But y'all have made it feel so safe here. I just feel like we're a family.
Thank you for sharing your personal story, Veronica. I am certain there are people listening this evening who are being introduced to this event and mission for the first time. You are helping them better understand the importance of this vital resource for caregivers and patients at Bon Secours St. Mary's Hospital. We feel so privileged to be your shoulder to lean on, your source of strength and hope when you are emotionally and physically tapped out, and most importantly, you're home away from home.
We say every gift matters a lot, but it really does. If you are seeking one more meaningful opportunity to give this evening, why not fund a room night? The suggested room rate is $45. Help us keep our families close, comfortable, and strong during their most vulnerable moments. Thank you. Remember, friends, our silent auction is open tonight until 9 p.m. and raffles close tomorrow at 12 noon. The winners of both the auction and raffle will be contacted after the event with pickup arrangements.
Now it's time for another reminder about our raffles. We are starting with the Yeti Raffle. Tickets are $25 and it's valued over $500 from our friends at First Bank, filled with awesome gifts from the West Hampton area.
Awesome. The second is the Container Store Raffle. This is a $50 raffle ticket, and the Container Store Raffle is valued at $1,000. I can think of many things in that store that I'd like to purchase.
I could redo my pantry again.
And finally, one that I have my eye on, the Carreras Jewelers Bracelet Raffle. This ticket is $100, and the bracelet is valued at $1,885. This is a Gabriel and Company cuff bracelet with diamonds. Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Or a guy's.
Okay. Don't forget to purchase your t-shirts on sale at reinhardthouse.org. And finally, I'd like to recognize the guests at the house tonight. Our guest rooms are at capacity as we stand here. You may see them come and go as you picked up your ticket packages and enjoyed the food trucks this evening. They need our support and our prayers, as we may only know a small window of the battle they're facing.
On behalf of the Reinhardt family, the Bon Secours Richmond Healthcare Foundation, and the Evelyn D. Reinhardt Guest House staff, thanks you for participating in this year's virtual Rockin' on the Avenue. We look forward to seeing you in next year's in-person at the Guest House, June 2nd, 2022.
Cheers to in-person.
Cheers.